summer vacation, a heads up about a costly surprise fee to watch for as you're checking out of that hotel room.
Many hotels now use in-room sensors to detect smoking or vaping, but based on complaints from unhappy guests, those sensors don't always get it right. Consumerman Herb Weisbaum has been looking into this. Herb is a contributing editor at checkbook.org. So Herb, what did you find out here?
Well, I can't tell you how many hotels use these sensors, but I can certainly tell you it is a growing trend. And based on news reports I checked, social media comments, and also checking to travel agents, it is a growing trend that is happening at places like Hilton Hotels, Sheraton Hotels, some of the big chains. And as a matter of fact, I recently, yesterday, returned home from Washington, D.C., and when I checked into my hotel there, the Capitol Hilton, this sign that you see there was at the lobby check-in warning me that they were using sensors in my room, and that if I was caught smoking, that I could wind up paying a penalty of $300. We have seen fees as high as about $560 at various hotels across the country if that sensor goes off and tells the management that you've been smoking in your room, whether or not you actually have been smoking or vaping in the room, based on the complaints that we've received and the people I've spoken to.
And you featured a couple that celebrated their wedding anniversary in Las Vegas and got hit with a no smoking fee of $566. Tell us about that story.
Yeah, $560. Darius and Amanda Turner are from Louisiana, and they went to the Venetian to celebrate their 10th wedding anniversary. Had a great time, they told me, but when they went to check out, he looked at the bill, and some people don't bother to. They just say, well, email it to you, and he saw this charge on there for the smoking fee. The Turners don't smoke, they don't vape, they have a child with a lung condition, and they said it could be very harmful to him if they smoked around him, so they just don't smoke or vape. They never have. And they went down to the management, said to the manager, we don't do that. And the manager basically said the sensors are 100% accurate, that you did it, and the sensors said you did it, and they said we didn't. So they went home to Louisiana, had a urine test taken, which is good, counting backwards for 4 days, and showed there was no nicotine whatsoever or drugs in their system. The management would still not deal with them, so they contacted their bank and had the charges reversed. They used a debit card to make this transaction, so it took 3 months to get the money back, which is why Checkbook always recommends that you pay for all travel with a credit card, because people who have had a problem and challenged it with their credit card had it taken care of a lot more easily. But it was a hassle for them, and they're just flabbergasted. Mr. Turner said to me in my checkbook story, it makes you wonder, are they using this to really keep the rooms clean? I know they have to do that for business reason, or are they doing it to raise money? That was a question he asked. I think it's a question we're asking too.
What a frustrating situation for that couple. So how accurate are these sensors then?
The companies that make them say they're completely accurate. They've been tested. They have algorithms that always work. In the Consumerpedia podcast we just dropped last week, Christopher Elliott, travel expert, syndicated travel columnist that we talk to all the time, said to me he's gotten complaints from people who say all kinds of things set these sensors off when they're not smoking. His quote, these sensors can pick up anything. Unfortunately, they've been picking up anything and mistaking it for cigarette smoke. He says, including mist from the shower, and also people who are turning on hair dryers. One woman in my story, she's a social media influencer. She actually went to TikTok and said they said I was smoking in my hotel room in New York when I was in Times Square doing a touristy thing. She had pictures with photo stamps on it, and they still wouldn't believe her. Are
there signs in the room warning you about the sensors, Herb?
Not always. At the hotel I was at the Hilton Grand in Washington, D.C., there was the sign in the lobby when you checked in, which as you're busy checking in, you may or may not notice there was no warning whatsoever in the room. And as the couples I spoke to who had this problem said, if there were a warning in the room, so what? We don't smoke. We would probably not even pay attention to it. And they said we didn't smoke or vape, and we still got charged. That's the problem, which is why you always got to check the bill before you check out.
So if the sensor is triggered and you're in the hotel, does the hotel alert you if it goes off?
No, it goes right to the hotel. It adds the charge to your bill. The whole point of this, the way it's marketed to hotels, is no more confrontation with the guests. You already have this electronic means of saying that they smoked in the room. So no, they're not going to verify it. They're not going to check. And when people have asked them, hey, prove that I smoked in the room, sometimes they sent back like a package of cigarettes on the dresser, or a vape pen somewhere someone took out of their pocket. That doesn't prove you smoked. It just proves you had that in the room. Maybe one person said, I bought the cigarettes in the lobby and I put it on the dresser, but I never opened them. I didn't smoke. That's not proof you smoked in the room.
So many red flags about
so
these.
Many red flags. Yeah, and costly too. Thank you so much.
Remember, if it happens, challenge the charge. If they won't help you, challenge the charge with your bank or credit card company. And you can read all about this on checkbook.org and the Consumerpedia podcast. We talk about a lot more travel gotchas with travel expert Christopher Elliott. So a lot of good information before you hit the road this summer travel season.
All right. Thanks for the advice, Herb. Have a good weekend.